Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Featuring the Kingdom Tower, the Masmak Fortress, the Digital City and the World Sight Park. Riyadh the Gardens Najdi is the capital of Saudi Arabia and the largest city on the Arabian Peninsula. Located in the center of the an-Nafud desert, on the eastern part of the Najd plateau, the city sits at an average of 600 meters, 2,000 feet, above sea level, and receives around 5 million tourists each year, making it the 49th most visited city in the world and the 6th in the Middle East. The first mentioning of the city by the name Riyadh was in 1590, by an early Arab chronicler. In 1737, Deham Ibn Dawwas, who was from the neighboring Manfuha, settled in and took control of the city. Deham built a wall around the city, and the best-known source of the name Riyadh is from this period, thought to be referring to the earlier oasis towns that predated the wall built by Ibn Dawwas. In 1744, Muhammad ibn Abdullah formed an alliance with the Emir of Dir'iyah, Muhammad bin Saud, and in 1774, they took Riyadh from Deham. However, their state, now known as the First Saudi State, came to a collapse in 1818. Turki ibn Abdullah founded the Second Saudi State in the early 19th century and made Riyadh his capital in 1825. However, his reign over the city was disrupted by a joint Ottoman-Rashidi alliance. Finally, in the early 20th century, Abdulaziz ibn Saud, known in the West simply as Ibn Saud, retrieved his ancestral kingdom of Najd in 1902 and consolidated his rule by 1926 with the final Saudi conquest of Hejaz. After this, he named his kingdom Saudi Arabia in September 1932 with Riyadh as the capital. Riyadh is the political and administrative center of Saudi Arabia. The Consultative Assembly, also known as the Shura or Shura Council, the Council of Ministers of Saudi Arabia, the King and the Supreme Judicial Council of Saudi Arabia are all situated in the city. Alongside these four bodies that form the core of the legal system of Saudi Arabia, the headquarters of other major and minor governmental bodies are also located in Riyadh. The city hosts 112 foreign embassies, most of which are located in the As-Safrat district or diplomatic quarter in the western reaches of the city.
I've been feeling nothing lately when without you. I know that something special made me think about you.
Kingdom Tower. Kingdom Center is a 99-story, 302.3 m or 992 feet, skyscraper in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. When completed in 2002, it overtook the 267-meter Faisaliyah Tower as the tallest tower in Saudi Arabia. It has since been surpassed and is now the 5th tallest skyscraper in the country, whose tallest two buildings are the Abraj Al Bayt Towers and the Capital Market Authority Tower. It is the world's 3rd tallest building with a hole after the Shanghai World Financial Center and the 85 Sky Tower in Taiwan. The tower was developed by Prince Al-Walid bin Talal and designed by the team of Elabi Beckett and Omrania, who were selected through an international design competition. It is situated on a 100,000 square meter site and houses the 57,000 square meter Al-Mamlaka shopping mall, offices, the Four Seasons Hotel Riyadh, and luxury apartments. There is a 65 sky bridge atop the skyscraper. The upper third of the tower features an inverted parabolic arch topped by a public sky bridge. 9. The sky bridge is a 300-ton steel structure, taking the form of an enclosed corridor with windows on both sides. After paying the admission fees, visitors take 2 elevators to reach that level. The Kingdom Center was designed by the US-based architecture firm Elabi Beckett in a joint venture with the Riyadh-based architecture and engineering firm Omrania and Associates. The building is composed of a tower and a podium comprising 2 symmetrical wings. The tower's almond-shaped plan and curving forms gives the building a distinctive shape that helps keep it cool, with the narrow ends facing the east and west where heat gain is greatest. A high-performance curtain wall, made from silver, But jointed reflective glazing also helps control heat gain while concealing the three main mechanical floors to create a seamless facade. At the top of the tower, an inverted arch is spanned by a glass skybridge housing a public observation deck. The large opening allows the building to rise higher than the height limit, 30 occupied floors, mandated by local laws. Its design was inspired by iconic structures from around the world, including the Gateway Arch in St. Louis, the Sydney Harbour Bridge, and the Eiffel Tower. From base to top, the tower housed 13 floors of offices, 10 stories of hotel, 5 stories of luxury apartments, and additional office space at the top. The east wing of the podium houses the Al Mamlaka shopping mall, which features more than 150 stores divided across 3 levels, the first targeted to young people, the second to fashion and furnishings, and the third level is reserved for women. The west wing houses event and entertainment spaces. The Kingdom Centre is built on a 4-metre thick, 3,100 square metre raft foundation. Its structure consists of 2 systems, reinforced concrete columns, beams, and core for the first 180 metres, and a tubular steel frame structure for the building's remaining height.
Go round and wait for me. I see you wanna come up, but don't switch up on me. Yeah, I know that you.
The Masmak Fortress. The Masmak Fort, also called the Masmak Fortress or Masmak Palace, is a clay and mud brick fort in Ad-Daira, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Built in 1865 by Abdurrahman ibn Sulaiman under the Emirate of Jabal Shammar. The fortress played an integral role in the unification of Saudi Arabia, with the Battle of Riyadh, one of the most important conflicts of the Saudi unification, taking place in the fort. Since 1995, the fortress has been converted into a museum showcasing one of the most important landmarks of Saudi heritage. The fort was built in 1865 by Emir of Riyadh, Abdurrahman ibn Sulaiman under the reign of Muhammad al-Rashid, the ruler of the Emirate of Jabal Shammar and head of the House of Rashid, who had wrested control of the city from the local House of Saud, who later went into exile. It was built with 4 watchtowers and thick walls, with a foundation of stone blocks, lying in the center of Riyadh, in the Old City, part of the modern Dir'iyah district. It is one of the only historic buildings that has survived in the kingdom. The building was situated in the commercial center of historic Riyadh. In January 1902, Emir Abdulaziz ibn Saud al-Saud, who was at the time living in exile in Kuwait, returned to Riyadh and led an ambush against the Masmak fortress, regaining it from the House of Rashid in the Battle of Riyadh. The event, which restored Saudi control over Riyadh, is considered one of the most important in the completion of the unification of Saudi Arabia. It was used as a munitions warehouse from 1902 to 1938 by King Abdulaziz before he moved his court to then newly built Mirabar Palace. In 1979, the municipality of Riyadh prepared a study for the restoration of the Masmak, following which a renovation of the fortress began. Their vision was realized in 1995 when the Ministry of Education and the Supreme Commission for the Development of Riyadh converted the building into a museum, making it an integral part of Saudi heritage. It was later incorporated into the King Abdulaziz Historical Center, a series of restored buildings in Riyadh. Centennial celebrations were held in 1999. The museum includes displays several antique guns, costumes and agricultural artifacts. The Masmak can be divided into 6 distinct parts: the gate, the mosque, the majlis, the well, the towers and the courtyard. The main gate of the palace is located in the western wall, measuring 3.6 meters 12 feet high and 2.65 m, 8 feet 8 in, wide. It is 10 centimeters, 3.9 in, thick and is made of palm wood. There is an opening on the center of the door, called al-Koka, which is just big enough for one person to pass at a time, and is a defensive feature designed to allow people in and out without opening the door.
That I'm afraid if I let go of this race.
World Sights Park Riyadh. Located along the Eastern Ring Road and just across the Al Hokair Amusement Park, is the latest go-to place for families in the city. The World Sites Park is an initiative of the Riyadh Development Authority and features different miniature monuments from around the world. The entrance fee is SR10 for adults and kids go in for free. Don't expect a huge land area to discover. A walk through the park would take you around 30 minutes tops, including the photo-taking moments. If you're interested in a bit of history facts about some of the most famous monuments around the world, then this park is definitely for you. This is a park which has miniature structures of famous monuments in Saudi and around the world. One of the best spots to take your kid. Enjoyable location. Kids can be educated on each of the places present. There is a small playground with slides and swings for kids to spend time. There is also a small shop which sells snack items and chocolates. Even if you aren't interested, then I would still recommend that you visit this park. From Europe to the Middle East to countries in between, you get to see a wide variety of famous buildings accompanied by a fact file. The park itself was very clean and has a play area for the kids too. I enjoyed walking around and reading about different landmarks from around the world and wouldn't mind going again with a larger group. The park is well maintained. There's security guards in key areas to ensure that the miniatures are viewed but not touched. The surroundings are clean and you'd feel safe to let your children play at the playground. The only issue we had with the latter is the lack of lighting. Hopefully that's resolved soon. World Sites Park opens from 5 p.m. Wednesday to Sunday for families and ladies, and Tuesdays are for men only. The park is closed on Mondays for maintenance. We would recommend going a bit earlier than 8 p.m. if you want less photobombers in your shots, as the crowd does get thick beyond this time. Overall, the World Sites Park is another checkbox in your list of go-to places in Riyadh. And if you do decide to visit, don't forget to bring your selfie stick. Digital City. Located in the heart of Riyadh, Digital City is Saudi Arabia's first mixed-use development with commercial, residential, and retail offerings. Underpinned by international standard services and facilities, Digital City is the optimal destination for forward-thinkers and urban living enthusiasts. The development is designed to stimulate and nurture a knowledge-based economy by cultivating an innovative business environment and a dynamic workplace. Digital City feature a world-class assortment of retail selections, smarter services and technologically advanced features. It is a community that fosters inclusivity and is driven by a commitment to excellence. Digital City, Saudi Arabia's first mixed-use development, offers you a greater variety of food and beverage options.
Out of my head, you can't save me. Waking up